Hey everybody. So a few weeks ago, we went out to Table Rock Lake and did a little pre-fishing and filming on a Saturday, and I believe it was the last weekend in April.
Yes.
Because the following weekend was the Midwest tournament on Table Rock, and that was the first weekend of May. So yes, it was the last weekend of April. But man, it was an interesting trip because it was new water for us.
Yeah.
You know, it was an area that I was looking at on the map, and we had a couple of our friends come with us. Jim Harding, as some of you know, he knows Table Rock really well, and in the area that I was looking at on the map, he knew that area. So he's like, yeah, let's go there. And so we headed down to that area, and I tell you what, I think that was the first really nice weekend that we had in the spring because the spring was like super cold and snowy, and we were just fighting.
And we jumped right to summer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here we are a few weeks later, and it's mid-90s.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, but it was a new area of the lake. We got to fish some spots that we like to fish. At least I like to fish. The fish were still in pre-spawn, so we had some flats in the back of this cove that we were in. We had some secondary points that were holding fish. There was a single dock that held quite a few fish, and I think Jim caught a really nice one off there. I've been fishing really fast this spring. This is the same crankbait I was throwing at the national championship. I guess it's been about a month now since that's happened, but got a lot of confidence in the lipless crankbait. You see that one's all beat up. Just a little 1/4 ounce chrome and black back rattle trap. It's the smaller one, but you can still throw it at country mile. Backs on them, ones that you're throwing. Here we go.
He'll send me some more.
Yes, got a big one finally. You guys are running all over the place just to catch photos of fish that aren't even caught. Put this on the board real quick. He's probably 18, or she, whatever the heck you are. 17 and a half.
How much?
17 and a half. Right out. Nice spot. Right out there. It's fat little thing. There it is. No!
That's what I did. Is that lipless?
No, spoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Doggone it.
I just lost
Jim caught some really nice fish. I mean, he probably caught a couple 20s that day. I mean, I saw him catch a couple 18s. I mean, he was just on fire.
He got a catfish too, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a huge catfish at the end of the day there. We were we were just trying to, you know, catch that last bite, and it was probably, it was close to dark. It was probably, I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and you know, we're going back through that flat, and he's throwing a jerk bait, and he says, "Man, I think I've got a 10-pounder," and he did. He had a 10-pound catfish. It was a big old flathead, and it took us about 5 minutes to get the hooks out of that thing. He had to perform surgery. Yeah, we got some pictures, so I'll be sure to include that in the video.
Well, it's can't say it's been blazing out here today on Table Rock, but we have got some. I know the other guys have probably gotten more than me. I've had 2 Kentucky bass that I did get into the boat. One was about 14 1/4. The other one probably 13 1/2, so nothing huge to write home about. Did lose a largemouth right at the boat, probably 19 inches. Went to grab my net, and he came up and looked at me, gave me a big smile, and spit it right out at me. So, what? Believe me, I'd like to catch about a 23-incher right now. But hey, I got that was a 13 1/4-inch crappie. It was a good crappie. Good and thick.
Fast forward to the following weekend.
You forgot the best part of that whole trip.
Oh, okay.
So here we are. We're all heading back in for the evening.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
heading in
yeah,
shore,
that's
ready
right,
to take out. And we look back, and at that same point where you and Jim had been slamming them, it's starting to get dusk. Can't see real great, but we look out over the water, the sun's setting, and it was like beautiful. All of a sudden, fish busting like crazy.
All over the
and
place,
so
yeah.
you, me, and Jim just turned around, and we beelined it back to that spot, and I actually caught some.
Yes. Yep, I remember that. They were blowing up everywhere. That was, you know, for those of you guys who've seen our intro video, that was the scene where all 3 of us are paddling together, and we got the drone coming over us from behind. Yeah, and it was a beautiful scene. But you know the fish were busting. And if you watch closely in that video, you see Jim. He's on the right. He starts to peel off a little early. He's heading for the schooling fish. But anyway, it was a great day. We caught fish. You know, I had a good time as usual.
Beautiful.